I'm so sorry. No wonder I've been having a lot of calls here. Okay, don't worry. To everybody who stayed back, okay, I am going to take all of that again. Sure you get, because everything I said there, they were so important. I want to believe that you read every what do you call it? Every screenshot I put up, yeah? 7 minutes ago. Oh dear. I am so sorry, okay? Somehow I got this disconnection in a way. No. Okay. Now let's take it again. Okay, let's take it again. A former governor in Nigeria lost an election after calling the Obidients on social media mob without heads. Now, he lost the elections to somebody that got introduced or somebody who replaced the candidate that got killed few days before the senatorial election, to the point that they had to extend it. Sorry, guys. I am so sorry that actually break the cycle of that information, okay? I will take just a minute break for everybody to relax so that you can indeed go on from there, because 7 minutes silence, that's, oh my God, that's so much. So please, let's take a break, okay? We'll continue in a minute. I will repeat all that.
We will work with you to build a Nigeria that is not corrupt. I bring you a message of hope. We are going to spend a lot of resources on education. We will work with you to build a Nigeria.
Anyway, so let's we've lost a lot of people who possibly feels like there's no point in listening if it's not reading the comments. So I know. Now let's take that again. What I said earlier, I was telling you about how they are setting the stage, okay, for the potential blame game that will then give them the reason to arrest Peter Obi. Now, I showed you earlier where, what do you call it? Where you saw some of this, you saw a pattern where the people that brought in Muslim tickets, the people that have been part and parcel of the destruction in Nigeria, where they decided to now gaslight the Obidient, because the man that is running is an Igbo man, and he should be blamed for everything that the APC Egbekegbe is doing. Sure you get? Blame Peter Obi. Blame his supporters. When they are killed or attacked, blame them for being disrespectful. And say they are those who made people kill them. Now, the whole thing is degenerating. We all agree. But if you think they are supporters that are sharing some of these subtle messages, something like this. If you remember the first one I showed to you earlier, I don't know if you heard that. If you heard that part, I'll use it again. Like when you see messages like this, okay, the messages are not random, okay? They are messages sponsored by APC, Egbekegbe, and they are deliberately being released, okay, to set the stage and say, if you hear any crisis anywhere where people are being attacked because they supported Obi or they suspected them to have supported Obi. So when you look at it, they'll say, the Igbos caused it. Peter Obi is campaigning about ethnicity. Even though the only people who have actually repeatedly campaigned on ethnicity and themselves have been Kolu and Atifku. But when you begin to see messages that are gaslighting the Obidient, where they are being attacked or killed, they will say they caused it. Those messages are not random. They are not circumstantial. They are government sponsored. So that's when I now took you to Chimaroke Nnamani. Chimaroke Nnamani has been on a Twitter storm, a Twitter tantrum since morning. Then I said, if you want to understand how rattled the establishment in Nigeria is, at first they said, go and contest. Then, oh, if you lose, go to court. But they don't want you to go to court. Then they will start the pressure of, why are you going to court? Let's forget it. Let's move on. So if you fail to do that, then they can then begin the process of incitement here and there. Likes of Festus Sotobukeyamo, likes of Bayo Ononuga, Dele Alake, for Food Kayode, they can continue to blame the Obidients for a reason, gaslight them so that they can get killed and still get blamed for anything that happens in Nigeria. Because Obi is not going to agree to whatever they're asking him to do. Now, the danger of all of this is that it is like poking a bear. Whatever you see, you should get. I mean, whatever you see, you will get. So to show to you how rattled the establishment is, Chimaroke Nnamani, who said the Obidients who wanted to dethrone him, they should try if they can. The first person that was running against him was killed just about 2 days before election, February 2023. He was assassinated with 4 other people. Now, that made INEC Nigeria to postpone the election to 2 days ago. Now, 2 weeks ago, finally they picked his brother, the brother of the real candidate, as the candidate to challenge Chimaroke Nnamani, the man that is acclaimed to have been the one that brought notoriety, cultism into the politics of Enugu in 1999. The terror that people in Enugu actually, they are so scared of. Sure you get? So finally, he got retired. But guess who he blamed for his electoral loss? And guess what he is up to? He blamed Peter Obi for his electoral loss. That was the part I was sharing with you, the screenshot of the reaction of Chimaroke. Chimaroke Nnamani woke up this morning after all effort to change the results, to save himself from the shame and the challenge he put forward to these young people in Enugu. He woke up and he started suing a Twitter thread. He started blaming Peter Obi. Now, he didn't just blame him, okay? I want you to pay attention to the words. I'm going to read them again. Sorry. I was reading them when I was muted earlier, no audio and all that. I really apologize for that interruption. It is like you are in vibes, you are moving on, you are getting into the message. Then suddenly the sound was off. Now let's read this. It said Peter Gregory Obi has set the Igbo's political trajectory 24 years back because they retired a 24 years kleptomaniac, dangerous Igbo politician. So he blamed Obi. He said Obi used Christians, right? Which he didn't. He lied, right? Then he went on to gaslight the Igbos across Nigeria, right? By saying that the Obi's message has made the Igbos all over Nigeria who accepted his message to become like him, divisive, blah, 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 blah. Then he blamed the other politicians like him, yeah, that have also failed the people, not doing something, allowing Obi and his message to get to the people so that they retired him. So this was what I was sharing earlier, okay? You see all of this, gaslighting the Igbos, making the Obidients movement to appear like it was Igbo movement. And because it's Igbo movement, it is dangerous to Nigeria, and Nigeria must do something. So they have successfully divided Nigeria in 7 years. Now, they have finally set the stage for the burial of Nigeria. Because even at this, despite winning, they no get peace. Peace no day. They have now commissioned other people to begin to also start planting divisive, vile messages that will make you turn around and say, Obi want to destroy Nigeria for asking that the INEC should prove that Tinubu won. And then they told him to go to court by doing exactly what they told him to do. They can't wait for whatever the court is going to say. And he is not accepting their government of national unity. And they have done everything to make you believe that if there is any Christian-Muslim fight today, now Obi Kosam, because Obi made you to reject Muslim tickets. So for rejecting Muslim tickets, if Christians and Muslims are fighting today, it's because Obi made you reject that. The politicians who have comfortably felt like they are untouchable, now they are losing. They are turning it into, if Nigeria or Nigerians react to the rigged election, if Nigerians should go out there and protest, they are not Nigerians. They are protesting because they are Igbos. Or they are Igbos who have also brainwashed other non-Igbos. And all of this is caused by Peter Obi. So, for you to know something, let me give you an idea what this is going to be like. How they have now started setting the stage. We are on our way to Rwanda. Rwanda, Hutus, Tutsis, the Twi, Tutsis, Hutus. When the Rwanda genocide started in the 90s, within 100 days, they have slaughtered over 500,000 people. Within 150 days, they have slaughtered over 1 million people. How did they do it? There was no gun. There were no guns. Were they planning it? Were they already plotting this attack? How did they coordinate it? How did people who had no guns killed over 1 million people? I'll tell you. This was how. Somebody who experienced this during the election in Lagos said, Antibose, you that make my hair, I share my food with you while you make my hair. I give you extra money for your kids after I pay for your service. But on Saturday, you pointed at me to the thugs, saying, Omo Igbo, you stood and watched them flog me. Somebody posted this. Another person shared this experience. One of my kinsmen was killed because he was tagged Igbo. His friend pointed at him. I had chills run down my spine. He spoke Yoruba, but the friend kept insisting he's Igbo. Not until he was called his name, Haniedi. All Southerners are Igbo. I am still scared. I can't even look at my fiancé again because he stylishly calls me an Igbo girl. That means he will someday give me up. I am so hot. There are thousands, if not millions of people who are like that person. How did the Hutus and Tutsis, how did they kill themselves? How did they kill 1 million of themselves in a space of 200 days? 200 days is like 6 months or 7 months, Abi, without guns. They killed themselves because the politicians in Rwanda who have been who became powerful at the time based on their tribal, religious rhetorics that riled the citizens and using them to attack themselves, at the same time calling oppositions who disagrees as enemies. And people were told you could use anything to kill your enemies. If you have a slippers or a shoe, you can kill a cockroach. Abi, you can kill a fly. So if you have a cutlass or a stick, you can kill an infidel. You can kill your enemy. You can kill an Igbo. So if in Nigeria where they have problem of small arms proliferation or something, where illegal arms and weapons are in massive circulation in Nigeria, majority of them bought and supplied by politicians themselves to their different political thugs. Now imagine what it's going to be like in 100 days when the rhetorics that APC, Egbekegbe, are pushing now to force Peter Obi to congratulate Tifnumbu, or the Igbos will be shown the way. Why don't you just start, instead of unleashing the propaganda that will actually claim lives, why don't you all unleash the propaganda that will make it easier for the Eastern region to conduct a referendum and they can go separately without any fight? So, messages like this are not subtle, okay? Because when you see messages like this on social media, under them, you are going to see hundreds, if not thousands of retweets, share, of people who agree with them. Because, as we speak, I am actually happy to announce to you that after my broadcast last night, based on my other broadcasts, I would say, there has been an immense, sort of improvement in the conversation, of the Igbos who are outside Igbo land in relocating their businesses, their investments, and pulling their resources together as well, okay, to go back to Eastern Nigeria and begin to push for the referendum that we that we finally free the Eastern Nigeria from this generational hatred, divisive country, and everything that APC, Egbekegbe, represents. I am happy to say that to you. But you see, when you see messages like this on social media, they are not random. Like I said, I don't know if you heard that part or you missed that part, okay? But I'm going to repeat them because I actually deliver some very important messages there. When you come across messages like this, they are not random. They are government-sponsored. Okay? They have WhatsApp groups where all of these things are being planned and plotted. They will kill Igbos and they will kill people that look like Igbos. Everybody that is non-Yoruba is not safe. In the Nigeria that Tifnumbu is coming to lead and Shetima, for those who know Shetima very well, and his own disdain for the Igbos, if you have nothing to worry about before, I implore you to worry for that your beautiful Nigeria. APC will set it on smoke, on fire, and when it starts burning, even all of you, their supporters, you will not be spared. So if you want to know how is it possible for people without guns to kill over 1 million people in 200 days in Rwanda, the messages like this, there was no social media, okay? There was no social media. They are already calling some Yorubas, outcast Yorubas. That's why I said they will start what they call cleansing, okay? Cleansing of the real blood. Apart from doing everything to kill more Igbos in the coming days and months, I don't wish for it. And indeed, it will trigger what is going to be a civil war in Nigeria. Again, I don't pray for it. But your politicians are working so tirelessly to burn down Nigeria even further. Okay? So, they are setting the stage. They have WhatsApp groups. When you see them repeating the same thing, where are you? The Igbo said the Yoruba is no man's land. Then you say, okay, now that you have won, now that you have claimed that Yoruba, you've proved that Yoruba is Yoruba man's land, why then are you going after them? Why are you going to go after their economy? Why are you going to go after their lives? Because their politicians have told them that if they don't finish them once and for all, if you don't finish the Igbos once and for all, they will come back again and try this again. And if they try it again, they may win. But ladies and gentlemen, what exactly is the sin of the Igbos? Nigeria independence is going to be 63 years. Nigeria is 63 years old. Out of that 63 years, the northern part of Nigeria has ruled Nigeria for over 40 years. The western part of Nigeria ruled Nigeria for over 11 years. The eastern part of Nigeria, they have never, for any reason, been in charge of Nigeria. But guess what? Nobody feels like, as damaged and divided as Nigeria has become, as corrupt and as poor as Nigeria has become, no one feels like those people who represented under Nigeria for 40 years destroying Nigeria, they have ruined the chances of the northern people from ruling Nigeria. Nobody says that. Nobody says Yorubas have ruined their chances of ruling Nigeria. Having ruled Nigeria for 11 years and contributed to the destruction of Nigeria to this point, nobody is saying that Yorubas have lost their chances. Nobody should trust Yoruba again. But the Igbos that have never been in charge of Nigeria, they say they are the problems of Nigeria. They are so arrogant. They want to take over everything. They want to rule everybody. 63 years of Nigeria's existence. They say they are the most dangerous. Guess who are those who are sharing those? The government and their sponsor. So they are not random. A lot of you have been fed these messages. You believe them. The fear they want you to fear, you fear them. Even though the last 24 years has been ruled, managed, rigged, looted, 100% by Yorubas. Yorubas have been in charge of the Yorubas region in the last 24 years. Yorubas have been Yoruba governors. Yorubas have been Yoruba deputy governors. Yorubas have been speakers of House of Assemblies in Yoruba land. Yorubas have been the lawmakers in Yoruba land. The people that are representing Yorubas in Abuja are more than 80% Yorubas. But guess what? Our problems are the Igbos. They said the Igbos are not united. They said that the Igbos politicians, they rejected Obi because they know him. They said that he stood no chance. If they've rejected him in Eastern Nigeria, then he stood no chance. Then the wave of disobedience swept through the East. Now the Eastern politicians, they are blaming Obi. And in the process, they are agreeing with the people who are gaslighting the Igbos. So, Tifnumbu now asks that the DSS must stop Obi from granting interview, from going everywhere to say Tinubu did not win, because everything he's doing has made their stolen election illegitimate. Remember the other day they were shouting that America President Joe Biden should pick up the phone and call and congratulate Kalu. Today in Nigeria, as it's been obvious that nobody wanted APC Egbekegbe, they forced themselves on Nigerians and they're going to unleash more terror on you, which means they won't be able to govern Nigeria. There will never be any peace anywhere. The injustice is the reason why you have agitation everywhere. Injustice, unfairness. And that's exactly what APC Egbekegbe represents. Having done this and these damages, they don't even think they've done anything. So they are now doubling down. They want you to be like this so that we can have our own Rwanda. Your neighbors who are non-Yorubas or who are Yorubas that are not supporting APC, Egbekegbe, once Tifnumu become your president, you will be open to what do you call it? Constant danger. Now, them in Rwanda, they said it was neighbor. They were pointing at neighbors. Let's go. I know this man. He works in my office. He lives down the road. Let us go to his house. He has he has one wife. He has 2 kids. Let's go there. That's how people without guns. That's how they killed over 1 million people in 200 days. Do you get that? So just imagine when they will start pointing at you and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, APC, Egbekegbe, they will turn everybody that feed on their propaganda, they will turn them to a walking time bomb so that you will have to go beyond using Twitter, using social media. You can begin to profile the people. As we speak, they have started arresting some of the vocal Peter Obi, Obidient supporters. There's a young man called Shoot. I think it's called Shoot or so. Soludumb. Ordered his arrest. Soludumb came to public and deny, only for us to find out that he was actually the one behind it, simply because the guy tweeted that it was during Umba Dinuju's time that he last saw people stealing ballot boxes. No, all thanks to Soludo. Abga thugs are now stealing ballot boxes. Guess what happened? Interpol from Abuja, zoom to Oka in Anambra. They picked the guy up, and immediately they put it on social media that they arrested him for cybercrime, international cybercrime. That's why they arrested him. Only for us to find out that it was actually Soludo, still shameless politicians. So that should, and many other people that they are still going to arrest, will eventually lead to pocket of protest here and there. And they then, as expected, they will blame Peter Obi. All just to achieve one thing: arrest him. If he's not going to stop these people from saying Tifnubu stole their votes, if he's not going to stop them, arrest him. And the media in Nigeria, you are going to witness what you have never seen before. They will walk straight into your studio on a live broadcast or on a live program, and they will arrest you on camera. You are about to witness something you've never seen before. You are about to witness the beginning of the confirmation of the breakup of Nigeria. It's long overdue. It seems impossible. It seems that it will never happen. But with APC, Egbekegbe, anything and everything is possible. Now, let's take a beat. Somebody who is a very, very, I believe, an ardent disciple of this temple, took our message from this temple to the media in Nigeria, right? Where she told them, you all saw what is going on. You all saw what happened. You want to legitimize fraud, violence, and then a discrimination. And you didn't stop there. You begin to profile people that will kill so as to make sure that nobody would dare you by the time you are done with everybody. Yorubas are being profiled because they look like Igbo. A lot of you, do you know something? Let me tell you something. It's so sad though. This is very sad though. In one of the places where they rejected people from voting in Lagos, do you know one of the reasons why? A Yoruba man and a Yoruba woman, they went to vote. When they got to the polling unit, the thugs said they can't enter. What do you mean? We are Yorubas. What do you mean that we can't enter? No, you can't enter. You don't look like Yoruba. But you know me now. You. What do you mean by I don't look like Yoruba? No, you don't look like Yoruba. I beg, come out for here. Èmi ò jọ Yorùbá. Ṣé Yorùbá kọ́ ni mò ń sọ ẹni ṣó o mọ̀ mi ní ìjọ́ tó máa nídìí Yorùbá for real o. Wàá wá mi wá o. No. Then the next thing they said, it is because of the way they look. That they look too clean. They smell too nice. They look so good that they can't be Yoruba. Omo, ujamilara je. That's how mad Tifnumbu and his dogs have become now. Even Yorubas are not going to be safe. Because according to them, they have to cleanse Yoruba land too. That this Obi, those who support them in Yoruba land, they have been contaminated. Their blood has been contaminated. They will cleanse them too. They just need one reason. They just need one excuse. They just need something so that they can come out and kill you. Then they will blame you. Why would you kill this person? I don't like the way they killed them. But now them cause them now. What did they do? Don't you hear that they always say that Yoruba land is not Lagos is no man's land. Who will accept that? They don't even sell land to anybody in Anambra. They will never sell any land to you in the east. But they will go to other people's places. They will be saying it's no man's land. Is that why you kill them? And now to warn everybody, to send message to everybody. That's why. You have killed 22 people. Other people say we learn. Let them go back to the east. Let them go back to where they come from. They will blame you. They will say it's because you make them kill you. I know, it's heartbreaking, isn't it? But this lady, if you are watching me tonight, God will help me bless you. Sokwa me, Mami.
Hello, Sheriff.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Jack calling back again.
Yeah, your call dropped earlier.
Okay, my question was, Jen, was that INEC, when they saw all these things that happened, at least Lagos where I reside,
right,
it's not enough for them to actually cancel this election. It's not enough. They suppressed the voter. People were flogged. People were profiled. It's not enough for Mahmoud to actually cancel the election. God bless my group that I listened to, a YouTuber. The guy said that after this election, after this ethnicity that this television have sold into Nigerians, they will go after the media houses. And that's the next line. So you people now are the ones that are going to face. You start watching whatever people are commenting, whatever people are saying, and start finding people and so many things that's going to happen. Just watch and see what's going to happen in the coming months to come. I just hope that Mahmoud is sleeping with his two eyes closed and his conscience is telling that what he did to Nigerians is actually the right thing to do. For me, Lagos election should be cancelled. This is not an election. I will not focus at this. So only because he doesn't want it, he didn't even get this with the people. If they are sure.
Again, God will bless you, ma'am. If you are watching tonight, you are a good student of the temple. We don't wish evil. We don't wish anything to happen. But they are going to happen because the actions of these criminals, their intention is to let that happen. Because according to them, that is how to warn all of you and discipline all of you. So when people said that a lot of people watches Mayegun's Diary Politico, you better believe. You better believe. Because what we do on Mayegun's Diary Politico is to expose the propaganda behind everything you read from politicians, as well as the government. Scrutinize it very well. And it will shock you. That everything they have, or everything they represent, none of them is in your interest. It will shock you. Everything that politicians, especially this APC, what they represent is totally against you and against Nigeria. And the only way to force it is to keep you divided and then unleash violence, fear. So it is not by accident. It is not that... sorry, did somebody say no audio? Now, if you begin to notice that the audio is in any way acting up, please, I am fixated on my screen now. I am actually going to be paying attention to that so that I don't get lost for minutes again, because I can't even imagine how sad it is for 5 minutes. It is what APC represents. APC only came to do 4 things. Okay? They came to steal, which is to loot. They came to divide, which is to plant prejudices here and there. They came to destroy. Whatever they can't have, they will destroy. Then they came to kill. Those are the 4 things APC came to do. And that's exactly what they have been doing. Until we discovered that APC also came to divide Nigeria. They will force you to agree that you don't want to end up as Rwanda. We'll break up this country and save lives. Come and break it. Come and break it. Toba bi Ida. Toba bi Tifnumbuda. Toba bi Bokuarida. Poke the bear. You don't need to issue threats. Okay? You don't need to issue threats on the people. Okay? You haven't noticed. You haven't. In places where they actually stood their ground, they won. Yeah, they won. And that disjointed criminal enterprise, they were able, without any resources, so nothing to fight, so they were able to retire the roguish career criminals. And some of them escaped. The one that carried the certificate of INEC now is not living in peace. Sure you get? So just poke the bear. DSS is not enough. Okay? NIA, Nigerian Army, and the rest of them. I said something earlier. I said that the reason why Nigeria is calm now is because Peter Obi wants Nigeria to be calm. If Peter Obi happened to be the likes of Bokwari or the likes of Tifnumbu that enjoys this kind of positivity, Nigeria go down the bond now. In 2011, when Buhari saw the crowd at his campaign, he was so confident that he was going to become president in 2011 that he said that if they rig that election again, because according to him, if he lost, they must have rigged it. This is a man that doesn't go to the south at all. He doesn't care about southern Nigeria. He just does his campaign in northern Nigeria, and he believed that they will make him president. Peter Obi, that they called an Igbo, sectional man. The guy motivated people who have no structure in Core North, Kaduna, Nasarawa. He caused them to defeat career politicians outside Igbo land. But Bokwari, when he contested in 2003, it was about the North. In 2007, it was about the North. In 2011, it was about the North. Even though he was speaking an Igbo deputy or Igbo vice, it was about the North. In 2011, you know what he said? He said if they rig the election again, monkey and baboon, they will be soaked in blood. Immediately he lost the election. They killed over 458 human beings, including 13 youth coppers. Because according to the his northern supporters, the infidels, they have rigged Buhari again. That's why they rigged for Goodluck Jonathan. The families of those killed, 458 human beings, because Buhari lost election in 2011. Go and check that. Nobody said, this Buhari is dangerous, so he cannot be president of Nigeria. Nadia Buhari, Tifnubu invested all of his political gamble on. Now, the same Tifnubu, as we speak today, doesn't enjoy that kind of coverage. It doesn't enjoy that kind of followership. Poke the bear. Arrest him. Don't send DSS. Don't say DSS should warn the media houses. So for now, they've warned all the media houses from inviting him. And they believe that any media house that invites Peter Obi is now complicit in helping Peter Obi, according to them, to spread fake news that is legitimizing Tinubu, that Tinubu is not enjoying the world reception that is expected of somebody that is the awaiting president of Nigeria. Tinubu is not enjoying that. And they blame Peter Obi media appearances on that. And they blame the Obidients that if Nigeria go up in smoke, if people are being attacked, people are being killed, they should blame Obi for it because Obi decided to put a shadow over Tinubu's victory. That's exactly what they are saying right now. And in order to make sure that they set the stage for it, that's when you'll be seeing all those subtle messages. You will see them in the name of Igbo. You will see Igbo names that will be blaming Igbos, that will be blaming Peter Obi. See what Peter Obi has done to us now. We Igbos, we are loving people. We love Nigeria. Peter Obi is the one that came to start sharing politics of hate now. Now the Igbos, Igbos are endangered now. You will be seeing Igbo names on social media. Sure you get? And you'll be like, see, you'll be seeing hundreds, if not thousands, of shares, of retweets, of comments. That people will be coming there and say, no, my brother, don't worry, you are safe. You are safe. This is the kind of Igbos we want in Nigeria, not IPOB. Have you seen them that they keep using IPOB? And they keep attaching it with Obi? Despite the fact that IPOB, Peter Obi, they have both come out, to deny having anything together. Obi publicly came out and said, Biafra is dead. Biafra agitation is gone. There's nothing about it anymore, which actually angered IPOB more. That how could you be this desperate, Obi, to say that Biafra is dead? Sure you get? So IPOB, that doesn't have anything to do with Obi, but when you look at all these people, when they start writing, they put Obi and IPOB together. It is deliberate. It is deliberate. It is to make all of you prepare your mind to help them justify what they are about to do. What they are about to do is that there is going to be a coordinated arrest. A lot of you on social media, you're going to end up in exile. A lot of you are doing obedient on social media right now. And a lot of people you've got so much influence. They call you influencers. They are going to come for you. One by one. A lot of you are going to have to run away. So many of you won't have the chance of running away. And some of you will be like, no, we know they run anywhere. But I hope you are ready. So after that, as they are doing all of that, they will continue to pour out all these divisive messages. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And some of these messages will be shared by celebrities. Yes. You will see some of your celebrities, actors, actresses, pastors. They will be sharing some rhetorics that will be telling you that they are not happy that Nigeria is like this just because Obi lost election. Like, what is wrong in losing election? It's, look at what Nigeria, this whole thing that's going on in Nigeria right now. I mean, Obi can still be president anyway. You'll be seeing celebrities sharing all of this. Sure you get? Well, let me tell you something. We have also devised a means. Sorry, somebody is disturbing my people there. If you see any of them, you can please let me know. And I will do some house cleaning soon, okay? But before we do any house cleaning, right, let me take you to somewhere that there are people that you should, in the coming days, protect them all. Protect them all. To everybody who knew that this whole thing would be a charade, that they will rig them out, and they will ask them to go to court, and they know they will rig them in court as well. And if they should go to the street to protest, they will turn their military on them and kill them. And because of that, you choose never to be part of it or participate in it at all. I don't want you to sit there and say, we told you so. No. This is not the time to say, I told you so. Okay? Please. Oh, we told you so. So you are obedient are crying. All of you are, you see, if you go out, this is not time to mock them because you might actually be mocking yourselves too. Because this is actually what you are either ready or prepared for. You are either prepared or unprepared for. The journey to breaking up of Nigeria is about to get fully activated, not by Nnamdi Kanu, not by Sunday Igboho, not by the Biafran agitators or the Yoruba Nation agitators or anybody. The breaking up of Nigeria is about to be activated by APC. They are living in a different world. In their world, every of these things don't exist. They are not threats. So if they kill people, nothing is going to happen. The most that will happen is you will all scream and shout and shout and shout. Nothing will happen. They will arrest Peter Obi. Nothing will happen. Abi? All of this are to prepare you for what is coming. So don't mock anybody. Because it's no longer about election anymore. It is about the division that they have caused. That they have also made sure that they are uneducated or miseducated people are going into people's homes, attacking them because they are not Yoruba. Northern Nigeria didn't even do that. No matter what you think about them, no matter what you know about them, in Northern Nigeria, they did not stop Igbo, one single Igbo person from voting. There is no record that in Northern Nigeria, they stopped non-Northerners, non-Hausa or Fulani or whatever you, from participating in election in Northern Nigeria. But the most educated region, the most educated region, Yoruba land, we saw ourselves outside 2 days ago. Now, the result of that, which is the beginning of what is still to come, is what this woman is talking to here. I'll take you to that, their collation center. Take a listen.
I want to use this opportunity to address the world that this election is a sham. Election marked by violence. We reported this case in the past election and nothing was done. I want to tell you, Mr. Baje, the rec, that you have failed the youth. You have failed the masses. You have not done the right thing.
Please have your seat. You have your time. But kindly, madam, do not personalize these matters.
Yes, because we want to win and we expect according to the INEC electoral law, section 128, that it will be looked into and things will be. We lost people who saw attack. People died. People died. They were were disenfranchised from exercising their civic responsibility. It is not about winning or losing. It is about protecting the masses, the voters' rights. I want to say this. People went to vote and they were killed. They were killed. And as a result of this, a lot of things happened.
Madam, please, what is the point you are trying to make?
What I'm trying to say is that people were disenfranchised, number one. Number two, a lot of the polling units in Alimosho, in most of the local areas, Etiasa, in Bejuneki, we have over 1,000 polling units that they did not allow people to vote. People were suppressed, they were attacked, and then we are saying that I want to use this opportunity to address the world that this election
is a sham. Sorry guys, I had to take a little break. This election is a sham, and it should have been cancelled. And when you know you've done something so bad, what should you do? Should you continue to poke the bear, profiling people? Well, I'll play you a video, right? After all we saw in Lagos, which all of us have the evidence and record of, the APC, Egbekegbe, and their supporters gaslighting and blaming the Igbos, also gaslighting their fellow Yorubas, that they even have to kill one. They killed one Yoruba simply because they suspected that he was Igbo. They beat him to death. So what this simply means is that after all of this, they now come out to say, where is the rigging? Imagine somebody who saw all that happened and then turn around and look at you and say, but there is only one small problem here and there. Where is the rigging? When thugs took over the entire state, sent the fear across, they were watching, they were keeping quiet. When they now announced, when it was time for them to now announce the result, they wrote themselves. So they decided to act like they were surprised. Let me show you this first one. When Kolu, after the whole rigging, including that of Werewike and the rest, and Kolu was pretending, like, you know when they say that you walk into a place, they surprise. They started acting surprised that they didn't know the results that Mahmoud was announcing. This is a flashback. Then I'll bring it to the present.
Action Alliance, AA, 14,542. African Action Congress, AAC, 14,608. ADC, Action Democratic Congress, 81,919. The Action Democratic Party, ADP, 43,924. The All Progressives Congress, APC, 8,794,726. The All Progressive Grand Alliance, APCA, 61,966. Allied People's Movement, APM, 25,961. Action People's Party, APP, 12,839. Boot Party, APP, 16,156. The Labour Party, LP, 6,101,533. The New Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, 1,496,687. National Rescue Movement, NRM, 24,869. People's Democratic Party, 6,984,520.
So do you get that? Let's act like we are surprised that we are winning. Oh, we've won. You know that. That's exactly what Sonweku also did. After all the mayhem, the terrorism, the intimidation, the threats, including the killings of voters at Marina, Alaye just pretended that he's seeing the numbers for the first time. I have won. Congratulations on your mandate.
And also having the highest number of votes cast. And meeting the requirements of the law, is hereby declared the winner.
Well, how is it? How are you in Lagos? If you're watching me from Lagos, how is it today? I mean, when they declared Sonweku re-elected, when the Agberos claim to have now reclaimed Yoruba land back, how was the celebration today in your streets? How was it? Loud. But from my own report, they said that today in Lagos, that it actually looked like it's a public holiday or something. or people were just so worried of what will happen, even after they announced Sonweiku as reselected. The entire metropolis, people were just being careful. If I'm lying, tell me, Abi, because I haven't seen any video like we saw in Oyo State, like we have seen in Kaduna, the one that they are doing everything right now to change. I don't know if you heard about that. It's just, it's Kaduna that is just that there are others too. If the time will allow me to share them with you. Anyway, that is that. So I'm going to come back to you, the obedient, and what you have done. Even though you are going to see liars, manipulators, APC, Egbekegbe, you are going to see them call other people liars. Okay? But it is so ironical. It is so strange, right? That people who actually have no shame of taking responsibility, the people that blame other people, right, for what they are doing, shouldn't be the people you should listen to, should they? The people that will point at you and have you killed simply because they feel like you are a threat to whatever they believe in. The Nigeria they are taking you out to, all of you in Abuja, get ready. All those Abuja land that you said have been sold. So many of you that have built your houses in Abuja for a while. You know, Abuja gets Omonile too. They have their own Omonile problem, Abi. Now they will have to welcome this set of Omonile from Lagos. Majority of you in that metropolis and outskirts, when Kolu become your president, Elo Kosile, they will issue you another letter telling you that that your land, you need to come and do something about it. Or else, you have to move your house or property from it. All of you should get ready for that. Now, waiting go destroy Nigeria, burn down Nigeria. Now, waiting they go they do be that. Or how do you describe somebody who won an election and then they go ahead to start traumatizing the people that didn't vote them and even those who voted them, and they want to rule a country, but they are telling part of that country to go back to their region and leave the rest of Nigeria. So you can imagine what this is going to be like, Abi, or you don't yet. Don't worry. Oh my year. So in Kano, the Obidients are not a threat to them in Kano. For some reason, now this guy be the threat. So he's Kwakwanso. So this is Rabiu Kwakwanso, the king of Kano. He delivered, you can call him the president of Kano. The 99% of his votes of 1.2 million that INEC allocated to him, they came from Kano. All the Federal House of Assembly seats, senator from Kano, he hold the majority. And today, he quickly put the Babariga Mobile Banking CEO, he put him in a state of confusion. For the first time, reality is downing on Gandola. The power is transient. Gandola announced a curfew because of in order to avoid any sort of wahala between the Kwakwanso supporters and Gandola supporters, so that can give them a window, like what they did in 2019, that they declared inconclusive election, rig it, and returned Gandola, despite the video of him collecting bribe in dollars from the road contract is awarded. It's called kickback from the contracts, from the contractors who took a contract from him. Right. He rigged himself back, but he couldn't do that today. So somehow, they said Kano is no longer APC, Egbekegbe. Just like Unamani in Enugu, they are still wondering what happened. But for the Obidients, even though you have fought your good fight and still fighting it, there are so many others who feels like, in fact, before I even come back to the Obidient, let me quickly take you to Kaduna. There is a story in Kaduna and Adamawa that you should know. As part of their election and this, right? In Adamawa, the woman that printed the ballot papers for Nigeria elections, who is also running for governor, earlier today, should I say, the media was awash that Nigeria has elected the first woman governor. And it was going to be from Adamawa. Then the table turned in the afternoon when it was obvious that APC, Egbekegbe were rigging elections, falsifying figures. PDP was rigging elections, falsifying figures. The fight was how they are going to get all their figures in and make it official. So she was calling Abuja that they should talk to INEC, oh, they are not taking this number, result. Oh. But Fintiri, Atiku guy, was pretty much there too. Last. The woman lost, oh. But APC, Egbekegbe, they have forced a rerun or something like that before they can choose a winner. In Kaduna, Littlefinger, received a bloody nose as well. It didn't start today. Kaduna Littlefinger that supervised the genocide of people of southern Kaduna because of their faith. El Rufaya of Kaduna got trounced 21 days ago or 22 days ago. When out of the 15 senators from Kaduna, 15 House of Rep members from Kaduna, El Rufaya could only struggle to rig for 3 of them, including his son. He lost 12. Even the Labour Party, 4 people tweeting in a room, they won a whole constituency, federal constituency in that same Kaduna. They have a representative from Kaduna, by the way. He lost the presidential election there too. But you know what happened? 2 days ago when they are doing their charade election, El Rufaya believed he could beg the people of Kaduna. He was the first person to try that Muslim ticket. He rigged himself in. And then he told Tifnumbu, it is doable in Nigeria. Don't worry yourself. We can rig you in as well. So they did it. But he succeeded in ruling Kaduna with propaganda as well as terrorism. So if it seems that people want to shout that he's doing, they would just say Southern Kaduna is burning. Do you get that? He's done this for 4 years until 2 weeks ago. Sorry, a week ago. He apologized to the people of Kaduna that whatever he's done, they should blame him. They should not put it on the, what do you call it? The sex actor, Sonny Uba. Do you know, like I told you before, Sharia. Now, the Olori Buruku poor people in northern Nigeria, they believe in Sharia. Sharia law is for the Olori Buruku fanatical northerners. Sharia is not for their criminal leaders. You see that Uba Sonny? His video is on social media where he was naked with an underage girl. Sure you get. And guess what? They did everything to take it down. They did everything to make sure that they arrested everybody who ever shared that video. But they are so angry that they have to stone a young girl. They have to stone her to death because he says something insulting their prophet on a WhatsApp group. Sure you get. So this bunch of hypocrites, he told them, he said, whatever I have done, blame me. Don't blame this porn actor, the one that's going to be your next governor. Just like in Adamawa, they have been pulling string to force an inconclusive election in Kaduna as well. They've lost almost the the State House of Assembly seat. He needed that governorship seat to protect all his atrocities and then his terrorism. If Kolu Tifnumbu, if Tifnumbu should be sworn in and he become president, El Rufaya will run to Abuja for presidential protection, and this usually APC Egbekegbe protection. but they will have to live in Nigeria with Kolu. Majority of them, if we see them outside Nigeria, now that they don't have any immunity and all of that, they will not return to Nigeria. Some of you don't know what you are up to yet. You are about to enter a new dimension of public approval. You are just about to see something. And as they say that if you find yourself, if you find yourself in a pit, in a hole, the ideal thing is for you to stop digging. APC, Egbekegbe, the party of hate, the party of tribal bigots, the party of divisive entities, the party of criminal entities, the party of horrible, unpatriotic criminals, entitled rogues. All the actors and all what they committed, including Boko Haram. They will have to stay in Nigeria, remain in Nigeria, and die in Nigeria. Majority of them, they will leave Nigeria. They will return to Nigeria with what we are going to do for them outside Nigeria. We know that an average Nigerian that is listening to these rogues is a walking time bomb. But to diffuse them, we will neutralize your leaders. We will. And everything that we are going to use to neutralize all these Nigerian leaders, including Tifnumbu, they are those who are going to supply them. The one that will nail El Rufaya in Kaduna is supply them for us already. All it takes right now to make all of them to start looking at their back, looking their shoulder, wherever they go to, is for people to actually activate them now. And we will activate them. So yeah, some of their criminal enslaved rogues on social media, they have already started sending threats. Share you get that? I'm going to share something with you quickly before we continue. And some of you who are obedient, you may not know what you have done, and you may not know what you have changed, and you may not understand why they are reacting this way. They are so kind of hungry that they don't care if Nigeria will burn. You don't know what you have done. Me, Mayegun, the one where we say I'm just Mayegun. Sure, you know, I am not supposed to be anybody's problem. I talk about the criminals.